Hey, wonderful to see all of you here today. It's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. All right. What does it mean when I say to you that you have to make your desires realistic to you personally? When something becomes realistic to me or you, it becomes a physical experience. That's the real secret to manifest. Now here's a key point. It's to you. Now let's talk about what realistic means. When I talk about make something realistic to you, it doesn't mean to make something a physical thing that's possible right now in your ego mind. That's not what realistic means. Realistic could mean a delusional thing, a thing that's out of your ego's grasp. Realistic could mean if you're visualizing something and you're seeing yourself 10 times more abundance, 10 times, 20 times more money, living in a luxurious apartment, a house, compared to where you're at right now. That is unrealistic to your ego, but that is realistic to your soul, your higher self, your subconscious. That's all realistic means. So when you're manifesting something realistic for you basically means, is it something that you can see in your head, and is it something that makes you feel good when you think about it, and is it something that you can see over and over again without feeling any type of pressure or need to stop visualizing it? The reason why I emphasize pressure or need to stop, because whenever you get delusional in your mind, your own ego will come in and stop you. It will say, hey, you're doing too much. This is unrealistic. This is delusional. Let's get back to reality. And most of us will go back into reality. Now, get ready for this one. Remember, I also told you, and I said to you guys, I said that reality does not work the way that you and I have been brought up and developed to see it and operate. I said to you, your mind operates in 3 levels: conscious, critical thinking mind, critical divide, gateway bridge mind, and subconscious mind. So 3 layers of the mind, right? The first layer of the mind, in the conscious mind, that houses logic. Let's skip the critical divide mind. Let's go to the subconscious, which houses illogic. And I would always tell you, hey, when you're manifesting something, illogical is the way to go. If it doesn't make sense to your conscious mind, you're on the right path. How is that possible? That's weird, it's crazy. Well, no, here's what happens. Whenever you and I think of something that's a little bit delusional for us, that's illogical for us, it actually enhances, and studies have been done on this, it actually enhances a part of your brain to seek more answers, to open up more dopamine, to find the opportunities. Your brain, regions of your brain start to work that was not working before. You start to activate okay, why is this happening? Because illogic equals infinite possibilities of experiences out there. That's what illogical means. Illogical means every possible outcome that you can think of is playing out right now. Logic means only one outcome that I can see and I can predict. And that's your conscious mind. Your conscious mind lives in logic. Your subconscious and your soul lives in illogical. Now here's a kicker now. Did you know that whenever you are awakened and enlightened like you are now, that your higher self is constantly giving you the answers and the means to figure out and manifest your reality? The reason you don't get them, I'm going to use this word because a lot of individuals use it, but here, is because your ego is cock blocking you. That's the new slang everyone knows. Cock blocking you. It's hating on you. Did you know that? Let me explain what that means. In layman's terms, your higher self sends the exact way for your manifestation to occur. Your ego gets it, but because your ego, when your ego gets it, your ego analyzes it and said, nah, this is too illogical. I'm not even going to tell Mark about this. I'm going to hide it from him. I'm going to player hate on him. I'm just going to push this to the side because this doesn't make sense to me. I can't see the way. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to now try to help Mark. Your mind is doing that to you right now. Did you catch that? Would you want me to repeat that again? Did you get it? Okay, let me say it again. Every answer, everything that you want in order to manifest, your ego gets it from your higher self. It picks and chooses which one to filter into your reality. The one it's always going to filter into your reality is the one that it can control, the one that it can figure out. When the right answers come in, when the ego says, whoa, this is way out, this is too illogical, he's never going to manifest it this way, it shuts it out. How do you prevent this? How do you get the illogical to come into your ego and make it logical? Repetition and being realistic and delusional. The more you can see the biggest, dream the biggest, the most abundant dreams and visualizations, the more you can do that every day, the more it becomes normal. The more the ego will allow it to come in. The less you can be delusional, the less you will manifest your greatest abundance. Yeah. Our ego hates on us all the time. Player hates. The answers are always there, but we never get them because our ego can only operate on logic, what it can see. So in order to defeat the ego, for that part, I have to constantly see my world delusional, which if I do it repeatedly, it becomes normal. And then here's what happens. My subconscious mind now will push it past my ego and convert my ego to make it logical. Because anything I can do, and I do it repeatedly, and it becomes normal, my subconscious adopts that as a habit. My friends, habits are hard to break. How about an abundant habit? How about a habit of always being lucky, successful, wealthy, prosperous, healthy? It's hard to break. I'm sure many of you have habits that you're trying or attempting to break, and it's hard to break. So imagine having a positive habit. It's hard to break. How do you balance being delusional and realistic? It's very simple. You have to live two worlds, two lives. Delusional only takes place in your imagination. Realistic is only temporary. So here's what you do. You don't look at your current reality as realistic. You look at your current reality as ever-changing to match your delusion. That's how you balance it out. So every day I'm aware of my current situation, but I know it's temporary, and I know it's changing because I'm in my delusional mind. I'm recalibrating the field. So now when I go back to a realistic reality, it doesn't hit me as hard anymore. To me, it's an ever-changing mood. So now the delusion have the potential to become realistic. The more I do it, that potential moves from a potential, it moves into a possibility. But then I continue to do it. Now it moves from a possibility and it becomes an actual physical experience for me. That's how the game operates, and that's how the game works. You have to practice. Practice makes perfect. You have to embody it, embellish it. You have to impress it. You have to beat it in the subconscious. This is something, that's the only way you're going to get it. You can't take a day off. You go on Monday and I'll go back on Wednesday, you're inconsistent. You got to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, until your subconscious you'll know when your subconscious gets it, because it's going to resist it. It's going to tell you when you start to imagine things again, okay? When you start to imagine it, you're going to feel a pushback. You're gonna feel like, man, I don't even feel like visualizing anymore. Why don't I feel like visualizing anymore? Congratulations. Your subconscious is telling you, I've got it. I'm full. You can chill. You can relax now. Go do something else. Do affirmations if you want now, or just get in a state of being. You don't have to imagine too much no more. I'm gonna work on it right now. That's when you know it's accepted it. If you haven't gotten to that point yet, it hasn't accepted it yet. When your subconscious mind has accepted your delusional reality, you won't feel like visualizing anymore. It will feel like a chore. You'll feel like you're forcing it. Stop. You're good now. Let the subconscious work. If you haven't gotten to that point, keep going until you get to that point. It can take you weeks. It can take you months. It can even take you years, depending on who you are. It can even take you weeks. But that's the limit to let you know when it's okay. So what happens after that phase, Mark? So once the subconscious accepts your delusion world, what it does now, it goes into the infinite worlds, and it looks for that delusional world in our world, but it's a real world in another reality, right? Delusional just means that beyond our normal expectation, beyond what our minds can conceive, beyond what your ego tells you can't achieve. That's what delusion means, okay? That's why they call it delusional. It means delusional, out of your illusional reality, way ahead. Can't happen. But my friends, it is happening right now. So what the subconscious does, it says, all right, I'm gonna go pay a visit to that neighborhood or reality where Mark is living this delusional life. Oh, this is a normal life in this reality. So all I'm going to do, because remember how reality works, guys. Reality is not fixed, it's malleable. So because it's not fixed and malleable, we can change. We can interchange it easily, man. Things can come instantly like this. Your ego doesn't know that though. Your ego isn't aware of that, right? So, all right. So what it goes now, it says, all right, look at this Earth I found about 50 billion light years away in a parallel universe, the exact copy of Mark's world, and Mark is doing the exact thing that he cannot do in this world. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and make a copy of this reality, and I'm going to bring it back to his current version or his dimension, and I'm just going to superimpose it into his consciousness. And what I'm going to do when I superimpose it, I'm going to convert it down so his ego can understand it, so that he can take an inspired action and he can get it in his life. So my delusion becomes a normal reality to me. That's how the process works. But we have to go to the beginning, as I said before. In order for any of this stuff to work, you have to make it realistic to you. People, anything you're going to manifest, it have to be normal. I like to use the phrase, it has to be like another day at the job, another day, another dollar, another day just at the work. It have to feel like that. If you cannot feel like that, you are out of alignment with your manifestation. Winning the lottery, you have to feel like it's already done. Matter of fact, you have to flip it. It's not you winning the lottery is winning you. Yeah, that's how you have to do this. So you have to make it normal. The things that you're chasing, you have to flip it so that they can chase you. And that makes you feel like just a normal day at the office. Oh, I'm used to this. Oh, this is normal. This is supposed to happen. And when you can do that, you actually shift. Okay, check this out. So research now is showing us that when you start to get more delusional, regions of your brain starts to change. Areas of your brain that weren't previously active starts to become active. You start to produce more dopamine. Why? So why is my brain lighting up for something that I'm not supposed to have, or something difficult? Well, because your ego shuts it off. Remember what I said about your ego? Your ego is what we call efficient. It only uses what it can survive with. It's not in the game of figuring out infinite realities. It's in the game of surviving. So your ego always exists in what we call a fight or flight state. It's always antsy. Your ego is never relaxed, my friends. It can't be relaxed because it feels like it's its job to keep you alive. So it's on the clock 24/7. Well, it sleeps when you sleep, but as soon as it wakes up, it turns you on and starts making you worry and make you think about what you got to do or what you don't. You go back to bed, it shuts off. You wake up again, here's that little guy again, pestering your ears. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? It's going, that's just how it's built, man. So what you have to understand about your ego is this. Let me show you how the ego works, and you can get out of your ego right now. You can't destroy it, but you can get out of it right now. Here's how the ego works. Check this out, my friends. If you can hear, observe, hear the thoughts of your own ego, okay? You cannot be the mind. If you are aware and you're chilling and you're hearing in your head telling you what to do, you cannot be that person that's talking in your head. It's impossible. In order for you to be the person talking in the head, you cannot observe yourself talking in the head. You can only be in the head talking and no observation. Go try that, practice that right now. If you are aware and you're in pain and your body is feeling the pain, yes, it's feeling the pain, but at the same time your body is feeling the pain, you are aware of pain being felt. It's two different things now. It's not one. It's two things happening. Body, pain, receptors, feeling it, aware that I'm in pain. Guess what? You can't even be the body or the pain. This may take you a little while to get this one. What am I saying? What I'm saying to you is this. If you're hearing your own voice, the awareness of your own voice cannot be influenced by anything. Everything is neutral. It's normal to you, to that awareness. So that's where you want to get. When you become like that awareness, which is what you are, your higher self, then everything that you were wanting or needing starts to flow easier now, because you are tuned into what you are instead of who you are. So what you really are is that awareness, just the awareness of everything around you. Nothing gets high, nothing gets low. Only the body reacts, only the nervous system reacts, but the awareness is ever present forever and ever and ever. That's what you are. So how do you plug into that thing? What you do is, when you recognize your ego, you also recognize you're aware of the ego, and you tune more into the awareness of it instead of tuning into absorbing it. Remember, you observe, but you don't absorb. You got that? Yeah, you're gonna have to rewatch this one. But once you get it, you got it. And it will automatically start to change your consciousness. This is not something you have to, okay man, so Mark is saying this, okay, so do I have to do a technique or anything? No. It's just, once you're aware of this, by me telling you this now, your consciousness is going to start to change and shift. Once you understand this, it's going to shift. That's all it is. It's just to understand it, comprehend it. Once you can comprehend this, done deal. So if you got to watch this a few times, watch it. If you can watch it one time, fine. Everybody comprehend at their own rate, different rates. But once you comprehend, your consciousness is going to shift now. Okay? So do we manifest without imagining? Some individuals can manifest without manifest. Some individuals can manifest without imagining. So I'll break it down to you like this. About 90% of every individual have to imagine to manifest. 10% of other individuals do not need to imagine to manifest, and here's why. How your brain and my brains are wired. Remember that our brains are receivers in the field. So just picture like a system of, let's look at a computer. Every computer have their own way of wiring their systems. Like, let's use a smartphone. You got an iPhone, you got an Android phone, right? There are different softwares, there are different apps, but they all basically do the same thing, right? They stream, they put you online. Human brains are like that. Some people have what's called aphantasia, where they can't see images in their mind. So what happens? The brain compensates and rewires them to feel more. So technically they can't imagine, but they can feel more, so they manifest. 90% of the population can see images in their mind, so their brains are wired to built in. So yes, technically, some can imagine, some cannot. But for the majority, imagination brings it in and it's the same results. So it just depends on how your brain is wired. And you will automatically know what type you are, because if you try to see images, you'll see blank, but you have more feelings. So your feelings take over. Feelings carry more vibration. Bada, 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 bada. All right. So this is how you do it. See how that works? So now you can go out and you can make magic and make it manifest. See you next time.